Okay, sit still everybody, don't go away.
What is going on, everybody? We jumped up bright and early this morning, headed out, had about a 4.5 hour ride. We're picking up the next project vehicle for the channel. It's going to be the one that the platform my dream build is based off of. So we're looking forward to get it and get started on it. Unfortunately, it'll be a little while before I actually get to do much with it. I've got to finish up a couple projects, get our Wyoming rig ready to go, and get this project fundraiser done and ready to sell. But looking forward to picking it up, showing y'all what we got. I've got some big plans in mind for it. So Hunter's driving us. Say hi, Hunter.
Hi.
Big shout out to Kelly for letting me borrow the truck that I sold him. Thanks for fixing it so we could borrow it. Anyway, stick around. We got about 2 hours of driving left, and I'll show you if anything exciting happens, or I'll show you the vehicle when we get it. We made it down here, got it loaded up, strapped down. We're fixing to get back on the road. Let me show you what we picked up. Shocker, it's another Samurai. Got a set of Toyota axles to go with it. We're going to turn this into something cool. Anyway, let's get back on the road. Alright guys, we haven't filmed a bunch while we're riding because who wants to watch traffic with us? But we had to stop and get something to eat. We haven't ate all day. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. So we are out here at Cracker Barrel to get something to eat. There she is in all her glory. We hadn't lost anything yet. Alright guys, we're about 40 miles from home. Stopped to check all the chains and everything one last time to make sure everything makes it all the way there. We're tired. About 400 miles today of back roads, cruising. Been a fun day, but we're ready to be home. You ready to be home?
Sure.
My phone's ready for something. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it's been a couple days since we went down and picked up the Samurai. It was real late when we got back home. It was after dark, so couldn't really show you much then. So today I'm gonna give you a walk around of it. We'll clean out the inside, show you what goodies we find in there. I am impatient, and when I got home that evening, I did open up the back and pull out a couple things just because I wanted to see what they were. So I'll show you those, and then we're going to do a rundown of my plans for this thing. And, you know, this is going to be a long-term build. I figure it's going to take me a year or more to do this, especially because I'm still working a full-time job. And I'm also working on this Samurai, my cousin's, that we're going to be driving to Wyoming. The plan was to do that late June, but that may get moved. If I can pull it off, we'll do it a little bit earlier, maybe early to mid-June. First things first, this seat was in the back. It's a deer blind swivel seat. So you got, 2 seats on there. These backs can come out, so you can have one person facing one way and the other person facing the other way. You can move them to either side. And it swivels. It was in the back, still in boxes, but all the pieces were there. It was like brand new. I actually sold it to a buddy of mine. He's supposed to pick it up this week. It's actually a fella I get a lot of Samurai parts from. Good dude. Anyway, let's show you the Samurai. You haven't really seen it much yet. So there she is. She's a beauty. Actually, for what I got for it, and for as old as these are, this thing is in fantastic shape. No major rust, no major body damage. It's got Toyota axle under the rear, and the front Toyota axle is here. I just haven't got it moved in here yet, but it is out there. It's got a high steer kit on it, so got a good deal on that. Front bumper's all been in, but nobody ever uses the stock bumper on these things. The only rust I've found is right down here on the door. Got a nice little hole there. Not a big deal. I've got other doors. She's dirty. I did clean off the driver's side window just so I could see it a little bit. But all the glass is intact. The only major damage, and I don't even consider it major, is a pretty good dent in the back door here. That's, see if you can see it from here. See, it's just pushed in a little bit. Nothing that can't be pushed back out. And then on the inside, you see we had a mouse or a family of mice living in here at some point. They've got insulation everywhere. But doesn't appear to be any rust. I'm going to get that old carpet pulled out. Start stripping this thing down, because pretty much nothing in there is going to be used. Not even the dash. It's, like I said, it's full custom. And then over here, this back seat, or what's left of one, was back there. So at some point, I'll probably fix that up and sell it, because I don't have a use for one, but they're getting harder to find. So if I can restore that, you know, make a few bucks off of it. Anything I can make to put money back into the project is what I'm doing. And since we've got so much welding and fabrication coming up, I did break down and get a new welder, stepping away from the little flux core 4-knee welder I had, which was a great welder. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, as far as flux core goes, I built a boat trailer with it. I built that swing away tire carrier on my Zook. Lots of little projects, so I can't complain about it. But I wanted something to do a little more. So we got this Simder 10-in-1 welder. I'm going to be doing a little review on it after I get a little more familiar with it. But it 10-in-1 welder. It does MIG, TIG, stick, plasma cutting. Oh, there's our missing fender flare, which, like I said, probably won't be used. But overall, not bad. Not bad at all. So let's get you thrown on the tripod. Okay, so we got that cleaned out mostly. I mean, there's still some carpets backing stuck to the floor. And, you know, it's not perfect, but I wasn't trying to get it perfect for now. I just wanted to see if I had any major rust to deal with. And no, it's better than most Samurais. I had my other little camera going, but at some point it died, and I don't know when, so I don't know what you heard. Well, it's the first Samurai I've messed with in forever that I actually was able to unbolt both seats with no issues. No stuck bolts, no nothing. No rust holes under the seats. The only rust I found on the inside so far, I'll spin you around, is right down there in the floor. Got one, you know, right by the drain plugs. Which, you know, Dad was joking with me. Like I said, Dad was joking with me. I think those rust holes come factory. Because it's every Samurai I've ever had has had either under the seat or in the floor there where your feet go. So I'm going to get the rest of the panels on the inside taken out here soon. Probably get the seat belt and e-brake, and I'm just gut the inside. Windows are coming out, so that this can all be, I can start putting my plan together. But for now, I've got to jump and switch gears and go back to work on our Wyoming Samurai. So we can hopefully have it ready in time to go out there. I'm way behind on it, but I keep getting distracted, and then we've had cold, wet, nasty weather, and I can't get motivated to come out here whether it's freaking 20 degrees or below. I'm sorry. Love y'all, but I like heat better. I'm a summertime guy. Alright guys, you've hung out with me this long to clean out the tin top, do a walk around on it. Now it's time for me to tell you my plans for it, which is I'm sure why you clicked on this video. A lot of you Samurai purists might not be thrilled with my plans. I think it's really cool. I think a lot of you will think it's pretty cool. Regardless, I'm going to do it anyway because I want to. It's going to be a huge challenge for me because I have never done anything like this in my life. But I'm pretty sure I can do it. I've got the drive to get it done. I've got I've got knowledge, and I'm always willing to learn. I mean, I taught myself leather working. I taught myself airbrushing. I graduated from the College of YouTube. Just teaching myself things by watching videos. And I'm going to be watching a lot of videos to figure out how to do this. But, I'll pop some pictures up online. Me and Dad built a custom bobber years ago. He did all the fabrication work. I did the design and the paint and all the wiring. So, he's always been the fabricator, the mechanical side. He said I was the more artistic guy. Maybe he meant autistic. I don't know. But hey, we're all on the spectrum, I believe. But it's time for me to step up and do, I have the desire to do the fabrication as well. And I don't want to keep bugging Dad to do it. He's got his own things he wants to do. Plus, he just don't feel like working as much anymore. He's 76 years old. He's earned the right to rest. But let me slide back out of the way, and I'll show you what we're looking at. So you can see my sketch here. See if I can zoom in a little bit for you. If not, I'll zoom in and post. Anyway, got my sketch here. I'm not an artist. There's a quick 10-minute drawing job on my tablet. But what I want to do is we'll add a door right about here. None of this is to scale yet. I just threw some tape up here as reference. I haven't decided any definite measurements or anything. This is just my rough idea. But we're going to add the blue tape here. I have a door with a window. That window will be fixed. It's not going to roll up and down or anything like that because I'm not going to have a seat back here. It's just going to be extra storage. This is going to be my overland rig to travel the country in. We want to do the Trans-America Trail. We want to go up to Alaska. We want to go everywhere, really. And I didn't want to do it in the same vehicle that everybody else does. Nothing against Jeeps. Jeeps are great. Samurais are great. Toyotas are great. Every vehicle has its positives and negatives. Of course, biggest negative for a Samurai as far as long trips like that is their size. So yeah, I'm going to shorten the cab on this. That's what this tape is for. We'll have the door and then we'll cut it just past the door somewhere. And this area between the two would get cut out and the back moved forward to shorten the cab up a little bit. Then we're going to lengthen the frame and lengthen the wheelbase out. This thing is going to end up being 12 to 14 foot long with a wheelbase of, probably 120 to 125 inches. So, it's going to get big. I've even toyed with the idea of widening it out, 4 or 5 inches. Once, if I can pull this off and get this done, I really thought about adding about, 4 or 5 inches of width to it, just to give me a little more wiggle room in there. I mean, I'm a big dude. I'm comfortable in my Samurai, but I'm more comfortable in the summer with the doors off because I do feel wedged right up against the door. So if I could give myself just a little bit more elbow room in there, I think that'd be pretty cool. Whether I'll go that far or not, I don't know. It just depends on how well I pull this part off. Because, at first I was just going to make like the extended cab truck, but then you got to deal with, climbing, getting in behind the seat and, to get everything where this, I have a door. I can just open it up, get what I need. If this turns out to be too complicated, I would love to do this 4-door. If this turns out to be too complicated, I might just do a 3-door like some of your older extended cab trucks where you just got a suicide door here. But I really want to try and do this. I think I can do it. I've got a plan that hopefully will work. But then, like I said, I'm going to lengthen the frame out. And then on the back, we'll have one of the aluminum canopies like the Australian Utes use. My inspiration for this build, I absolutely love the 79 series Land Cruisers, in particular the 4-door ones. Of course, we can't get those here in the States. I mean, you can import them, but it's a big jumping through a lot of hoops and everything. And then, it would be cool. It'd be unique because there's not many of them over here. But I guarantee you there won't be another one like this. And that's me. I like to be different. I strive to be different. So anyway, lengthen the frame, put the aluminum canopy on the back. I figure on this side and the back, in that canopy, I'll have a refrigerator and a cooktop and some, storage for utensils and spices and whatnot. And then the other side of the canopy will have my recovery gear, my tools, extra camp gear, all that good stuff, extra parts. Then, hopefully I can have a little door on either side. It's going to have a flatbed back there. So a little door down on the side for extra storage. I'd like to put a drawer on the back, pull out drawer in the flatbed to house extra stuff. You never have too much storage room. Then, of course, my rooftop tent, and we'll have some lights up top. And, this will extend out, I'm sure. Nothing's to scale on this drawing. Goal is to 4-link it with 37-inch tires, 37, 38. I've got the Toyota axles I picked up with this, so we're going to run with those. So it's going to be just a matter of, what I can accomplish, what I can learn, what I can do. And I want to, I really want to make this work. I can't guarantee there's going to be a video on it every week because, I don't want to just put out a video to be putting out a video. I'd rather reach certain spots on this, one video, get the frame, get the body off the frame so I can get the frame length. And then the next video, start cutting up the body. But I work a full-time job, and I've also got this other project going that I'm not releasing yet, that the Samurai I'm fixing up to drive to Wyoming. So, I'm spending 2 or 3 days a week working on it, and, 2 or 3 days a week working on this, and then the other day a week editing or just relaxing for a little bit. But I'll try to keep the videos as consistent as possible. But yeah, I think that's about all I got. I've rambled on long enough. But, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think about it. If you think I'm just flat out crazy or... All right, neighbors going past. Let me know if you think I'm flat out crazy or if you think it's a pretty cool project. It's also going to be powered by a 1.9 VW diesel, the AHU, AHU, however you want to call it. I've had my concerns as to whether I would be able to get enough power out of that. But I'm pretty sure with some proper tuning and stuff, I can get it, 170 reliable horsepower, which should be enough. I'm not looking to set land speed records. It'd be nice to be able to cruise it at least the speed limit if I get out on the interstate, but I'm hoping to be mostly dirt roads and trails. So, but if I do have to get out on the road, I hope it can hold its own. So we'll see how that goes. If all else fails, I'll change the engine later. But so yeah, a lot of work. I've never set up a 4-link suspension. I've never done any of that. So it's definitely going to be a learning process. Obviously, I'll have to do something besides the little 10-gallon tank that comes in these, because that's not going to get me very far. But with me lengthening the frame, I should have more room to tuck something in there. So anyway, I appreciate y'all's support. I look forward to some feedback. Let me know what you think of this. Yeah, stick around, subscribe. Check out our website, theunlikelyoverlander.com. Got some cool merch in there. I'm going to start working on some different stuff here soon. So we'll have some more selection. But yeah, let's get to work. Won't be a whole lot going on. I'm not going to get started on anything else in this video. One, I'm supposed to go out to eat with the family tonight. Tomorrow's my birthday. They want to take me out to eat. I'm a fat guy. I like to eat. I'm not going to say no. Besides, where they want to take me to eat right next to Harbor Freight, so I can go get some more stuff. Yay. Anyway, enough rambling. Catch y'all next video. Peace.